Let me tell you the biggest tragedy that we've got in our country today is because people do not know at what stage to start what. We majorly focus on lifestyle when we are at the entry of our career. A lot of people are all over the place. They make money, spend all of it. They make money, spend all of it. And to be able to sustain ourselves in that kind of lifestyle, a lot of the young people are going to borrowing. And majority of them are borrowing from the digital platforms, the digital lenders. A lot others are borrowing from their parents. A lot others are borrowing from their friends and colleagues at work. And that completely compromises your financial foundation. By the time you're now starting to think seriously about your future, it's already too late in life. You are in your 40s, you are in your 50s, you're already in the rat race. You're paying school fees, you are having loans, you are having mortgages, everything that you have, you actually owe somebody somewhere. And that is what is messing people's financial life.
Hi, my name is Beatrice. I am a trained and practicing clinical officer over the last 4 years. But today I am a patient in the money clinic and I'm being treated and managed by the financial doctor. I decided to take this step because I have been struggling for a while with managing my money and my relationship with money. I have no idea really how to move from where I am to achieving my dreams effortlessly. And I would like to welcome you to join me on this journey of total vulnerability and complete transformation as we move from where we are currently in the finance space to a space where we can all achieve the wealth and the dreams that we want. One morning, I woke up very, very tired of being broke. I did not ever believe in my life that I would be tired of being broke. But this Monday, I woke up and I was tired of being broke. I know I have certifications, I know how to access money, but I simply didn't have money and didn't know what to do next. I started scrolling on LinkedIn just to see what was going on in the professional space, what people are saying, and then I bumped into the financial doctor. Have no idea who this person is, but I saw that they were giving a webinar about money and budgeting. And I was like, yes, I need to click this. And then I went to the profile and I later saw Alfred Mathu. I followed up from that. And a few weeks later, I'm privileged to be in your presence. Welcome to the financial world. My name is Beatrice, and I am with the financial doctor, Mr. Alfred Mathu.
Morning, everyone, and morning, Beatrice, and thank you so much for taking some time to come and see me. To our viewers, Alfred Mathu is my name, trading as a financial doctor. I speak to you about all money-related matters, helping you guys in planning, budgeting, as well as sticking to the long-term agenda of building your financial cushion. I am the founder and chief executive of East Africa Insurance Agency, which is a leading intermediary for two customer-centric financial giants, and that is the Absa Life Assurance Company and the Old Mutual Life Assurance Company. My role is to help you guys in money management, just sensitizing you on things that you need to do, how you need to do them, and at what stage you need to do them, and especially in line with building your financial wellness. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alfred. The first memory I remember about money, or things I can remember that got me to that situation where I was so tired, was I always had my parents argue about money whenever I asked for something. Even if there was no money, I'd be told just wait a little bit, alafu after 1 or 2 hours. I never really interacted with money from a point of managing it or knowing how it works until I got to working myself. And my background is that I am a clinical officer. I've been practicing for 4 years. According to the rule book that we were given, nimetick hizo boxes za kukuwa successful. Nimemaliza kusoma, nimepata kazi, nimeanza kutengeneza pesa. But it still feels very difficult or impossible to manage my money in a way that helps me achieve my dreams. And so this happens because I have been in a space where I have lived with the comfort of always having money throughout. You go to work, your bills are paid well, you have everything else to do. And I've also carried the weight of not knowing what I'll take for the next meal and worrying about it so much and not knowing where I will get help. I also have been in a space where nimetengeneza budget vizuri, nimeweka pesa kila kitu nini, but still by the third week of the month somehow my budget has disappeared and I still need to go to work. I also have a space where you have to decide what to pay first. You pick rent, food, internet, you decide this I must pay for. And then you put now the wants in a different category along with your dreams. If I want to go back to school, if there's a place I want to visit, if there's somebody I want to go see, I have to put it in a plan. You find along the way between the things I must do, the things I want to do, and then me. I have to hold all this weight. I have heard a lot about budgeting and saving and investing. But for example, nikisikia jina budgeting, with the experience I've had so far, can I really budget when I'm making 40,000 shillings and say my daily bus fare is 300 shillings? I try to do this math. It works sometimes.
Sometimes it doesn't math.
Yes,
Mhm.
the math is not mathing.
Yes,
And
true.
every day there's a bill that has to be paid. Sometimes you're worried about getting sick. Well, because you don't know where you'll get the money to pay for the bills when you get sick. You're really struggling how to manage all these things. Sometimes unajipata you have siblings, they want you to help them with something, maybe wanataka airtime, maybe they want food, sometimes they want a nice pair of shoes, but money is so tight, you don't know what to do. Yes.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. And I'll tell you that your case is not unique in any way. Approximately 97% of Kenyans are in the same place and they have the same challenges. As a financial doctor, my role is to help people in the general financial wellness. It has also been established that most of the people are financially sick. The moment you hit this professional journey, it will be important to build a culture that will associate appropriately with your money. Mm-hmm. That from the onset, you need to understand which money should go to what aspect. Mm-hmm. And that is why we always talk about financial planning and we talk about budgeting. Let me first of all tell you what financial planning basically is. Mm-hmm. You did mention earlier that you are clinical, you've got a clinical background.
Yes.
Personally, I have a background in science. I did BSc in chemistry. Mm-hmm. And the two, what you did and what I did, have nothing to do with money.
Yes.
When we were in campus, our lecturers majorly focused on helping us through the career journey mm-hmm. to get us where we are, mm-hmm. get us to good jobs, mm-hmm. and make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. That was the mindset. Yes. But the single biggest question that has never been tackled mm-hmm. by most of those in the education sector mm-hmm. has been, how do you manage the money? Mm-hmm. Yes, you got to this degree, you got the job, and you're making so much money, but how do you manage that money? Mm-hmm. That art of managing money in order to achieve your various goals and aspirations in life, whether they are the short-term goals, whether they are your medium-term goals, or whether they are your long-term goals. That is what makes a financial plan. And I must tell you very, very frankly, you must start planning for your last day or the first day. The Kenyan mindset for the longest time has been planning for the last day or the last day. When you start earning, mm-hmm. is the time you don't want to focus on things that will build and enhance your security in the future. Mm-hmm. When we talk about budgeting, there's this one guy who is one of the wealthiest on earth that I love reading his books, called Warren Buffett. And according to this gentleman, we should be spending the balance of investment. When you start making money, the first priority is to save and invest. After you've saved and invested the portion that you need to, and which I'm going to guide you, you will spend the balance. And that balance that you're going to spend will either go to your needs mm-hmm. or to your lifestyle. This has helped establish a very good budget formula, which you call 25, 50, 25. Mm-hmm. Now, let me demystify this. The first 25% of your income mm-hmm. should go to savings and investment. The next 50% will go to your needs, and the remaining 25% will go to lifestyle. Now, if you look at the lifestyle expense, I'm looking at expenses that are not mandatory. Mm-hmm. Expenses which, when you accomplish them, they make your life comfortable, but you're not forced in any way to accomplish them. This is where people who are Christians will do their tithing and offering in church. This is where an ordinary person wants to do their birthday parties. People want to go for holidays. You young people go for road trips. This is where you upgrade even your gadgets, mm-hmm. all under lifestyle. Mm-hmm. If you come to this other aspect of 50%, which I said is for the needs, you must ensure that you live either within or below means. Mm-hmm. You're making so much mm-hmm. money, 50% of it at the maximum, should be able to take care of all the needs that you have. And if you could be able to even live below that 50%, the better, because you then be allocating more into building your future financial cushion in the investment and savings element. Now, the first 25% will take care of your savings and investment. And this is where I tell people is the part where the rubber meets the road. You will break down this 25% into three aspects. With the first 20% of the 25 going to building an emergency fund. When you're building an emergency fund, you're looking at putting money in an environment where you can be able to access it with ease. That money is safe. And of course, when it is that environment, it's earning you some competitive return. Because if you don't earn anything, you'll be losing against inflation. I always recommend that when you're building an emergency fund, work with a threshold of 3 to 6 times of your monthly financial requirements. This is the environment where people are calling the money market investments. That will generally help you in building a sensible and sizable emergency fund. 50% of the 25% allocation will go to meeting your medium-term investments. Medium-term investments, I'm looking at those goals that you must accomplish when you are in your productive phase. And generally speaking, these are goals that you must accomplish before your age of 50. You hear people talking about, I want to own a good car. I want to buy a house. I want to build an up-country home. I want to set a practice. I want to educate my siblings. I want to educate my children. No, there's a lot that comes in the medium space. Now for you, Beatrice, anything in your late 20s through to 50s, there's so much in the lineup that you want to accomplish. And this is what we call the medium-term aspect of your career. And you must ensure that by age of 50, you have accomplished all that you need to accomplish in the medium term. Now, the remaining 30% will help you build your retirement fund. Now, there's something that you must get, and which a lot of people will never get right. Your retirement journey begins the day you start working. And as such, you should start investing for retirement on the day one. For a lot of people, they think when you start making money, you can focus on all other areas of investments, expenses, and all that, and think about retirement when you get 50. That will not give you enough room to invest your money, to be able to grow to a fund that can sustain your retirement. Right from the onset, when you start earning, there's that 30% of the 25% allocation that should start building your retirement fund. For people who are working for organizations where pension is provided, you realize it does not start later, it starts immediately. Yes, you might first go through probation, but as soon as you are confirmed, they will tell you that every month the company will deduct 5% from your pay, or 6%, or 10%, and they'll match the same or even double it and allocate that fund into a retirement fund. And so that by the time you are getting to 60, if that is going to be your retirement age, or you're going to get into 55, over the years, you have built a fund that can be able to take care of your retirement. Now, let me tell you, the biggest tragedy that we've got in our country today is because people do not know at what stage to start what. We majorly focus on lifestyle when we are at the entry of our career. A lot of people are all over the place. They make money, spend all of it. They make money, spend all of it. And to be able to sustain ourselves in that kind of lifestyle, a lot of the young people are going to borrowing. And majority of them are borrowing from the digital platforms, the digital lenders. A lot others are borrowing from their parents. A lot others are borrowing from their friends and colleagues at work. And that completely compromises your financial foundation. By the time you're now starting to think seriously about your future, it's already too late in life. You are in your 40s, you are in your 50s, you're already in the rat race. You're paying school fees, you are having loans, you are having mortgages, everything that you have, you actually owe somebody somewhere. And that is what is messing people's financial wellness. That by the time you get into the final stage of your life, you have no chance at all to turn the situation around. Yes.